Hey, it's that time again. It is live at 11.
Hey, Billy, it's not finally feeling good Friday, so they're kind of maybe a shock to see me and you on the show today.
Well, you know, my claim is I'm going to bring you an expert every day. I didn't say that you couldn't show up on Tuesday. I said that on Friday you sit in this chair, but today's expert is Billy.
So we swapped.
I'm sitting in the expert chair. What's the topic on Tuesday? Tuesday is always sales. I've been selling for a very long time. About the author on the back of my book, The Art of Text Message Selling, which is very important. And by the way, I love getting those checks from Amazon. So you can go to Amazon, type in The Art of Text Message Selling, buy it for a friend. It's a perfect gift.
It really is.
It's pretty. You know, it's got good colors. So there's so many reasons why you could buy it.
You know, you should make a revised version that has cubby blue. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, for real. It's legit stuff. I mean, and anybody that does any kind of selling, not just car selling, if you're a salesman of any kind, you can use that book, and it's got a lot of really good information in it.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, I really get concerned with people who call themselves salespeople that don't study or train.
Right.
You know, and we see it every day.
Well, you know, you and I've talked about it in the past. There's salespeople, and then there's order takers, like what I call, you know, a waiter or a waitress, you know, that type of thing. If you're a waiter or a waitress, and I'm not talking about at a restaurant in the food business, I'm talking about if you're selling a product. So if you work at a car, if you work at a car dealership and you're a salesman, there are order takers or car waiters, if you will. And then there's salespeople, people who actually know how to sell the product, how to service the customer and do it right.
Yes, there is. But there are people who call themselves salespeople. They'll say, yeah, I'm a great salesperson. There are sales managers that don't train.
That's a mistake.
It's a huge mistake, and it bothers me. So, you know, I saw a lot of people doing it wrong, but I saw a lot of people doing it right. And this is years of sales and studying. And I've got some bullet points here about sales, what you must do if you want to be successful in sales. And I'm gonna go over these. And it's not just the 23 rules in here. This is if you're a salesperson. And by the way, what also bothers me is salespeople in other industries that don't even consider training. Like you said, it doesn't matter what you're selling. This book can help. It can, but very, 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 very few people, in my experience, outside of the car business, even care about getting trained. I see real estate people that I know one real estate person who totally gets it, and that's Hank Youngblood. Okay. But the fact that real estate people aren't knocking down our door to see how to scale their business. And like Shaka Dyson said yesterday, I can make you millions of dollars.
That's a lot of money, folks.
That's a lot of money. but they're too, I don't know. I don't want to be ugly. I don't want to say incompetent or too proud, maybe.
Yeah. Too
proud to say, you know what? I need to take advice from this car salesman. I'm telling you, I can 10x your real estate business, but I'm not going to do it because we got Hank out there doing that. Anyway, that was my little rant.
Maybe we don't want to take any business from Hank.
Yeah. I text Hank this morning. Hey, what are you doing? I got no response. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, before we jump into sales, it's very important to show if you know anybody who needs to get learnt about sales.
That's a Southern word.
Yes, it is. Clay Collier said he needs to get learnt.
Learnt.
Yep. That's a Billy word. You like that, don't you?
Get learnt.
Yeah. You like that, don't
I've
you?
learned all kinds of words since I moved south.
Yep. So let's talk about team building real quick.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the beginning of DigiNinja, Billy Merritt Marketing, there was one person. That was me. When I started adding to my team, I looked for like-minded people, the 10X mentality, hardworking people that understand sales and understand closing. You know, so I started with Joey and Hank. They fit right in. But then as a master team builder, because I have built some amazing teams. You've seen teams that I've built,
Yeah.
you know, in sales teams. I knew that I needed people that were like-minded, but differently skilled.
Right.
So then came Paul. You know, when I reached out to you because I knew there was an opportunity. You had left the other place you'd been at for how long?
Mm-hmm. At that business, about 8 years, but I've been in radio for a really long time.
Yeah. So I knew that if I didn't get you quickly, I would never get you because you're a stick to it person.
Yeah.
That does not jump around, and that you value getting somewhere, staying somewhere, and just working it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I knew that I better seize the opportunity. So I called you late one night because I knew that you filled some holes in our team. We're all responsible people, but you're very detail oriented and very structured, and you stick to a program. So that is something that the other three people I mentioned, just very sales. Right. We needed the adult in the room. Because I can be the boss, but I'm still definitely not the most adult person in the room.
Well, one of the things I want to interject real fast is that when you said that you needed like-minded people, mm-hmm. but people that brought other skills or other, we'll say views, if you will. And, that's the thing with you and I, we don't agree on everything, mm-hmm. but that's what you do. You brainstorm, you work things out. You talk about different things that we can do. How can we improve that kind of stuff? And you work it all out. That's what team building is.
Yeah. And, you've definitely influenced me, and you definitely feel F-I-L-L. You definitely feel some of the gaps that I have in my business, for sure, tremendously. But the like-minded, wanting to win, wanting to help salespeople, wanting to help car dealers. You've been doing that for a long time. We've talked about, we've worked together for years, and we talked about strategy and marketing and branding, and we've disagreed a lot of times. I'm huge on goals, writing down your goals, having huge, massive goals. And I think I've influenced you to start doing that as well. But it's also very important to talk to somebody who's like-minded, that's just not a yes man.
Correct.
And this is, I mean this as a good thing. But if I was to call Joey right now and say, hey, he was the first person that was added to the team because he's a superstar, master closer, master salesperson. I said, Joey, I think we can make an extra $1 million a year if we start using TikTok. And Joey's gonna say, yeah, let's do it.
And I would say, what are you doing?
Exactly. So it's important to have that person say, no. I know you're an optimist, and and I'm not going to change that, having huge, massive goals and knowing that I can achieve them, even though I don't have a plan yet. I do that. Yeah. That's the way I approach it. But sometimes, very often, it's good to know, Billy, hold on, don't do that quite yet.
Yes.
So that's a big part of team building. You're only as strong as your weakest link.
That is very true. And a lot of people don't think about that. They just think, some people, when you hire them, they think, well, they'll be fine. We need bodies. We need seat fillers. We need, that type of thing. But those kind of people can really turn into, a disease, and that spreads. So you really got to get the right people who fit your team. Yeah.
You talking about our team, I was very, very big on Facebook, and we're going to talk about Facebook and sales here in just a minute. But, when I met Sarah Stalker, she was working for a different company, and I was really impressed with her knowledge of Facebook ads. So same thing. When I had an opportunity to hire her and get her on board, that was a huge addition to our team. So let's talk about our team for a minute.
Sure.
How many people do we have total now?
I think we got 40. Well, if you're counting closers that work with us as well, probably 45, somewhere in there.
So, and then the people out there selling, because we have a team of people who don't even work for us that sell,
that work with us.
Well, by the way, I don't know where he's at today. He must be busy, because Ray Mucci is always on here.
Yeah.
And he doesn't work for us, but he's a big advocate. He's out there. And let's talk about some of the titans of the marketing business that you didn't know that are now we work with on a team every day. You didn't know, Sarah,
Right.
okay. You didn't know, HRI, the guys,
Nope.
So HRI is our West Coast affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
You got those guys out there. They've been doing huge things in the car business for years. And heavy hitters. We're talking about massive amounts. They have a mail facility that's, I forget, I may be understating, 30,000 square feet. They have a member of the post office that works inside the building with them. They printed so much mail. But Scott Hopkins and those guys he's smart enough. He's so smart to know that, hey, I need to get in on this Facebook thing. So that's when we got together and we worked out a deal where he's out there selling our events. And now they turn in massive amounts of work for us. They're a huge partner of ours, huge partner. We're doing huge things with those guys. Caleb Wilson, you didn't know Caleb?
Nope.
And
glad I do now.
Yeah, man. Just think about the people that you know now that are part of your team,
right?
That are part of your life in a big way that you didn't know 2 years ago.
Right.
Okay. Now let's take it inside to the people that you're very close to, and the ninjas. What's your hiring practice look like here? Because I'm always on sales and looking for the big problems to solve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the idea guy. I'm the visionary. I'm the guy on the whiteboard saying, here's what we're going to do, and getting the plan started. You're studying the plan like, okay, we can, you're putting the strategy together, and I get people interested. I get people coming to the table with skills. I do some screening, some hiring, and then now you got 40 ninjas. What's the hiring practice look? What do you look for in someone?
I think there's a lot to be said about somebody that can come in and basically hold their head up high. They can come in with a little bit of confidence, not cocky, but have some confidence and have that, I guess, dreamer, attitude, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I tease you a little bit about the dreamer attitude, and because you're always looking way up, way up, way up. I'm much more of a realist. I want to grow and I want our business to grow, but my goals are a lot lower, if you will, than yours. Yours are way up there. But when I interview somebody, you want to find out, what's their attitude like, what's their work ethic like,
mm-hmm.
and of course, you're having to trust them a little bit when you're interviewing. Can't say that we've never made a mistake. We've tried to give people opportunities, and they don't stick to it. So they've left on their own. That was their decision, to leave. But it's hard work. So we tell people all the time, this is a very important job. There's a lot of money that car dealers, pay and expect,
mm-hmm.
In return, for us to do the job properly. But the thing that I love the most, I think, is we have, literally we have, from 18 to me, the
mm-hmm.
old guy, to 53. But we have such a wide gap of people, a wide variety of people. We have white, black, Hispanic, male, female, young, old. We really have a wide variety. And I think what I'm most proud of is that we really do all get along. We really do. Not to say, look, just like a family, you're going to have a spat here and there, and somebody will be irritated about something. But at the end of the day, you realize that we're all on the same team. You're trying to better each other. There's no backstabbing. There's none of that kind of stuff. So we really have a strong team. So when we want to bring someone new in, again, we don't want that kind of poisonous type of attitude. You want somebody who is willing to work, who is willing to open their mind, broaden their mind, if you will, to understand, hey, look, this is something completely different. In fact, one of the first things that we make people do is they have to send us a video.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. That's very outside the box.
Yep. Yeah, I started doing that a long time ago that's how I hired all of my salespeople. Wes Bunyard sent me a video. Felipe Tinjero sent me a video. And I knew of Wes, but I didn't know Wes. But,
mm-hmm.
I can tell so much from a video. You send me a 30 to 60 second video, and I don't even look at a resume. I'm sure you do more digging than I do,
right.
But I can tell enough that I will make a decision based on your 30 to 60 second video.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I'll say 90% of the time, it works out that way.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a few good performers that did the good video, and then, we were wrong.
Right.
But, and that's what you mean by, we give people opportunities, but it doesn't always work out. But 90% of the time I can tell what I need to know. Well, two things. Send me your video, and then I'm going to send you a text back. It's going to show me your texting skills and your language skills, your communication skills, because texting is what we do. And then I'm going to leave there. I'm going to go to your Facebook page.
That's what we do.
And your Facebook profile, and what you have on your Facebook page
says a lot about
it says it all.
People don't think about that,
man,
but it does.
I've had so many young people reach out to me and say, hey, I really need a job. And they'll even, reference, hey, I know your son, I need a job, or, I used to wrestle with your son. And so I want to hire these people. And I look at their profile, and I see just rated X stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is America. You can do what you want to do.
Right. Including
I can not hire you based on looking at your
that's right.
at your Facebook profile. You know what I'm saying? And then we have Smith. Are you mic'd up today, Smith?
I am.
All right,
hey, he's got the mic on today.
We have our producer over there, Smith, doing a fantastic job. Smith, he is a techie, all right, but he didn't like Facebook.
Right.
So we had to make him start Facebooking. My children did not like Facebook because it's totally uncool. It's the old people app.
Yep.
Facebook's the old people. Is that right, Smith?
I guess it is sort of the boomer app.
The boomer app? Okay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because that was the thing. Like
grandma.
you said, the kids would be like, man, mom and dad or grandpa have that.
Yeah.
So they didn't want that. They wanted something different. I think the difference, though, from a business perspective, is that Facebook, those people have money.
Yes.
Those people have, they have credit.
Yeah.
They're shoppers. They're buyers. Things like that.
Yeah, people think that I love Facebook and that I'm addicted to Facebook, and that's why I'm on there all the time. It has nothing to do with it.
Opportunity.
I'm on there for I can't say I hate it because it's treated us very well.
Absolutely.
It's treated us very well. But I think our lives would be much better off if we didn't. I don't know. I ain't gonna say that. But anyway,
it would be better off if we didn't have to be on it as much.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. 1 hour a day is probably enough Facebooking, but I know that's where all the people with money are. There are at least 220 million Americans that have a Facebook account. That's where
that's a lot.
So I can reach my customers anytime I want to with a Facebook ad.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say one more thing about the parents and grandparents on Facebook. I notice your mom comments a lot on your stuff. Yeah. My mom does too. April's mom does too, and it's just so cool to me. So it's funny to me. It bothers some people when their parents comment or whatever. But it's so cool to me to be in a professional conversation, like, have a guest from, we Shaka Dyson, Glenn Lundy, Sean Hayes, we got all these guys as guests on here, and in different parts of the country. We got people watching from all over the country, and then one of our grandparents say, "That's my boy." Yeah. I'll tell you what else old people do that is hilarious. They have they do not care what the post is about. We can be posting about, for instance, let me see if I pull it up right here.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. This is going to be cool. Watch this real quick. Y'all stay with me. I wish you could share my screen, Smith, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you. You stay with me here. This is going to be cool. Make this bigger. Like last night, 4 hours ago, I posted, "The world needs more doers and less thinkers, talkers, and preachers. Action is the answer." Okay. And I hadn't even read these yet. Keith and Joel Smith said, "Yep." David Von Dorr said, "Please let me think and dream. LOL. Gary Sullivan said, "Facts." Dylan Ross said, "What about daydreamers?" Daydreaming is important. I'm all about daydreaming. We have 100. When are we doing a sale? So there's a customer right there. Mm-hmm. I sent that. I think Felipe is already talking to him. See right there, customer. I post at whatever 4 hours ago. 8 o'clock this morning. I post, "The world needs more doers, less thinkers, talkers, and preachers. Action is the answer." And a car dealer that I've never met messages on my Facebook and says 100, 100, 100. When we doing a sale with a bunch of question marks.
Yep.
You can believe I've talked to him since then.
Heck yeah.
And Felipe's already on the phone with him. Okay.
Opportunity.
So, and Joe Bogdan. Now, Joe Bogdan, that's Joe Bogdanovich or Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich.
And he calls himself Bogdanovich.
Does he? Okay.
I call him Joey Bag of Donuts.
That works.
Yeah. Now he's 60 something years old. Heck of a closer. I worked with that guy, met him 25 years ago. I've got people all over the country that I know that I've met like this. Brady Roberts said in more than 2.5 billion Facebook accounts too. That is correct. I wonder how many of them are robots though,
Yeah.
But anyway, but now Ginger Steiner said preach about not needing preachers. That's cool. But my point of this is at any moment, one of my parents or someone's parent would get on there and say, "Hey, Billy, I saw you at Walmart yesterday."
Just so random.
Yeah. Hey, when are you coming to dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm talking about things, talkers, dreamers, and preachers and actionable items. And grandma will come on there and say, "I'll see you at Sunday dinner."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They do not care. That's what I love about older people is they do not care what the rules are. You see an old person driving and they back out of a parking spot. They don't even look. They're like, they're so stupid. They didn't even look. They're so stupid. No, they don't care. They do not care.
Well, it's the same thing with like the comment sections when we run events. Like, they'll just reply to a random person. It has nothing to do with what they said.
Just jump in.
Yeah, just jump in.
Just jump in.
Talk about something. Okay, so this is a sales show. Thank you for tuning in. If you will, tag somebody who needs to get learned. Clay Collier, put his comment up there. Let's see what Clay's talking about. Then I'm going to get into some sales. Read it for me there, Smith. You got better eyes than me.
And how we handle ourselves when we are down and out, if you know what I mean. Because if you're positive and headstrong when you're down, that goes a long way. I've always tried to be positive. Can't, never would, never will.
Hey, you know what? So if he'd send me a 30 to 60 second video and then text me something like that, he's got good grammar. He knows how to use parentheses. No, it's not parentheses. What are those?
Quotations.
No, those are parentheses. He's using parentheses. Yeah.
And we need a bigger screen.
He knows how to use, he's capitalized words that he wants more emphasis on. That's the kind of person that I would hire him based on his video, based on his texting skills. It looks like we'd have to see what his video looked like. Anyway, what do you think?
I would hire him.
Okay. Thank you, Clay. If you need a job, buddy, Paul's your guy.
Let us know.
All right. 3 stars. 3 stars. Get ready. You're going to put this on a clip somewhere. This is important right here. If you are in sales, listen up. I'm about to give you 5 or 6, maybe 7 rules that you must know to increase your sales, to double your sales immediately. That's a big claim.
Yeah, it is.
I can do it for you.
Let's go.
I can do it for you. Here's what you got to do. And he uses emojis. So he's already read the book. He's sending emojis. That's one of the rules. And there's okay. Back to sales. You got to block the comments for me for a little while.
Okay.
If you want to increase your sales, if you want to double your sales, I'm your guy. Here's what you got to do. The first thing you must do if you want to double your sales, this is a big claim. I can double your sales. I can 3x your sales in 1 month. If you'll listen to me, the first thing you got to do is you got to get digital.
Okay.
So
there's a lot of people that don't realize how much opportunity is out there online.
And if you're not digital, you're dying, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw the car business 30 years ago when people shopped at 5 or 6 different dealerships and then went to the dealership and made a decision. Now they don't come in. Now it's on, and COVID just put us in, 10 years in the future as far as the way people sell cars.
Right. Changed everything.
You have to be digital. You absolutely have to get digital. You have to be tech savvy. You have to be text savvy. You have to understand how to use social media. You've got to use your phone. The dumbest thing a boss ever told me, and I was a good employee at times because I was a talented producer, but I never followed rules very well. So I had to become an entrepreneur.
Sounds like you.
Yep. But the worst advice I ever got, the dumbest thing a boss ever told me was to get off of Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, They're out of business now. By the way.
And that's it. Well, they didn't understand it.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to use it as an opportunity.
They're living on their Social Security right now, trying to marry up.
Going,
Anyway.
hey, see you Sunday. Typing in the comments, see you Sunday.
Okay, so you got to get digital. You got to get smart about this. You need to get some young people around you. If you're too old, you need to hire you an assistant. If you're a salesperson, you need an assistant. I could walk in any dealership in the country, and the only reason I'm sounding cocky right now is because I've proven this.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk in any dealership in the country, any brand, and outsell anybody there for the entire month. I can do that.
He talks the talk now, but he walks the walk.
Okay,
too.
I was gonna see if you were with me on that.
No, I'm with you. Because I've told you that. I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Okay.
Because I use this phrase a lot. I've told you about this. Even before we worked together, I said there's people who talk the talk all the time, but do they walk the walk?
To that point, and you're talking about 10X and the whatever it takes type things. You've seen me do whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
You've seen me actually put in the 10X action. And I was somewhere and at a restaurant in Alabama, Hoover, Alabama, checking on some dealers, and I saw a 10X hat come in the restaurant, and I was like, I wanted to have a conversation with him, but it wasn't the right time or place. But like, you know what? If you were 10X and you wouldn't be in this restaurant taking an hour to eat, you'd be whatever you're selling, you would be there selling that, because he wasn't with a client.
He may have been on his phone. You don't know.
Listen, I walk the walk. I never went out to eat with other salespeople.
Right.
I'd find a client to go out to eat, and I would network when I was.
Oh, okay.
going out.
I misunderstood. I didn't know he was with other salespeople.
Well, he was with his dad, I think. I mean, maybe he was 10X in his relationship. Regardless,
Could be.
I would never, ever, ever go out to eat with fellow salespeople. I would with a manager, and I would with customers, and I would with, potential customers. If you're serious about it,
It's again, an opportunity.
Yeah. So you got to get digital. Number 2, you have to text your customers. And Paul said, everybody should know about this by now. Billy's done enough videos. That was one of those little jabs he throws at me. You have to text your customers. You have to do it. And now I'm not the only person. I was the first person. I was the very first person to write a manual on how to text your customers. I was the first, the pioneer. I was the pioneer. Okay. Now there's other text books out there.
There's other copycats now.
There's other text books. And I don't mean like a textbook. There's other text your customer books. I was the pioneer. And this is the real information. Those other people who wrote the books have never even sold anything other than their book. So you
talking the talk.
Yes, they're talking the talk. They're talking the talk. You were talking about 10X. Yeah, that's what you were talking about. So many people will walk around and yell 10X, and they'll post and they'll hashtag 10X, but they're not walking the walk.
Right.
Okay. Number 3, you have to be an expert. So you better that's why you got to train, man. That's why you got to train. That's why you got to get good at your skill. You got to get on some training. We do the Digital BDC Academy here. We do the Grant Cardone training. We train daily, and you have to be an expert if you want to be great at sales. If you want to double or 3X your sales, you have to be an expert. You can't fake it.
Well, and the thing is, the people who say fake it till you make it, I completely disagree.
I totally agree with you. Yep. Now, here's what you have to do on social media. You have to, so this ties in with being an expert and being digital. So all this is a circle. Okay. You have to be an expert and give away lots of valuable information. Do you know, to this day, I still have every single week every day somebody texts me or messages me about a car. I don't sell cars anymore, people. I don't do it. But I branded myself so well as the car salesman that I still get that. But what I get still weekly is I get people wanting me to appraise their car. Because as a salesperson, not a manager, but as a salesperson, I bought every Black Book subscription. I bought every NADA subscription. I bought every subscription that you could buy to be an expert appraiser. And I willingly gave away no obligation appraisals. If I'm the one giving away all the expert information, what your car is worth, who do you think they're going to call when it's time to buy the car? Exactly. So you have to give away, figure out what you're an expert at, and give that away.
That is an extremely difficult thing for older people or people who've been in the business for a while, because it's something brand new. It's completely against what they were taught.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about the car business. Like you said, 30 years ago, you never gave information over the phone. A lot of times you didn't give information when they came to the lot. It was all very, oh no, we'll go over that later. Well, this and that. Now it's like give. That's all you do. Give information.
The one who gives the most gets the most. Mm-hmm. But you got to give it away. You got to create. There's a term for this, for the techie, smart, highly educated marketeers out there. Mm-hmm. It's called creating goodwill. You have to create goodwill. By the way, I'm pretty educated on it as well. I just did it from a different route.
That was good.
But it is called generating goodwill. You have to create goodwill. If you're constantly on, and here's what you don't, here's a don't do. Don't get on Facebook and say, I got the best deals. Who wants to buy a car today?
Right.
I need to sell a car. It's the best deal you're going to see. That is a salesperson. You don't want to be a salesperson. You want to be an expert. People love buying from experts. They hate buying from salespeople.
Right. It's true.
So put 3 stars by this, and let me say it again. If you want to be a master salesman, don't be a salesman. Be an expert. People love to buy from experts, but hate to buy from salespeople.
Well said.
Yes. Okay. Now, here's something else you got to do that ties in with being an expert, giving it away, being digital, texting your customers. You must. It's a necessity. You have to be spending money on Facebook ads.
People still don't understand that. They just think, I can just post something on my personal page and I'll just get all this. No, it doesn't work.
Let me tell you something. If you don't agree with this, I'm smarter than you. Don't let me be smarter than you. You need to be running Facebook ads daily as a salesperson. I know that got a little loud. Not as a manager, my dealership doesn't spend money on ads. So you spend the money.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
You spend the money. Build your brand, invest in yourself, advertise for you. What's up, Art Todd?
That's the thing. If you're a salesperson, I mean, yes, you work at a car dealership and you represent that company, but you represent yourself first.
Yes, you're the brand. That's what I told all my people. You've seen it, man. All the managers that are at dealerships now being very successful that I trained, and I taught them how to do what they do. And I taught them how to brand and market themselves, and they're able to go in and market themselves to dealers and owners and dealer principals and get the high paying jobs because they understand. Like Felipe the other day, Felipe said when he was on the show last Tuesday, he said, I'm not a businessman. I am the businessman. Mm-hmm. So be the business, invest in yourself, spend money on Facebook. Somebody said, how much money should I spend on Facebook? I said, $10,000. Oh, that's too much. Okay. 9,000. Wherever your threshold is,
right? Push
it past that. Spend so much money on ads. I know I'm getting loud because I'm up on top of my soapbox. Put 4 stars by this. You need to be spending so much money on Facebook ads that you are uncomfortable, that you are losing sleep. You need to be losing sleep. Get it? You need to be losing sleep, and you wake up in the middle of the night and you go check your Facebook ads and you check your comments and you answer those people.
Because you'll get them.
Now, speaking of being a doer and not just a talker, have you seen how much money we spend on Facebook ads?
A lot. A lot of money.
It's over $4 million right now. People say, you haven't spent $4 million. Yes, I have.
It's a lot.
Yes, I have. I tell you what, April and I will talk about this tomorrow on our show. When we first got started doing this, I had to stop using. She had a credit card with a pretty high limit on it, and I had to go get one of my own with that much limit or more because she was very uncomfortable. every time you reach the threshold of $900, they send you a text and an email or a Facebook message. Hey, you just been charged $900 every 30 minutes. $900 is going on, and the first time
she was very uncomfortable. Wasn't
she? So she's lived it. She's walked the walk.
Absolutely.
And now we spent $24,000 the last week of August on one day, in one day. That was the most we ever spent in one day. It was like a Thursday. The last Thursday of August, we spent $24,000
in one day.
In one day. So I'm not just talking the talk. We spend the money. Okay. Because now, why do we spend that money?
Because it works.
It works. If I spend $1 and I get $2 back, how many dollars should I spend?
As many dollars as you have.
As many as you can get your hands on, as many as you can borrow, as many as your grandmother will let you borrow. You should be borrowing money from your grandmother to run Facebook ads until your business is self-sufficient. Speaking of that, Dory's over here behind us. Dory lives in our grandmother's house, who passed away a few years ago at about 82 years old, I think. And she was a very sweet person. And about 10 or 11 years ago, I was at a low spot. I didn't have, didn't have any money, everything was going against me. It was a very tough spot. My grandmother had to loan me $20 and she was living on Social Security. So that's why I don't care if grandmothers get on there and comment, and just hijack your post and say crazy stuff. Right. They deserve that. You know what I'm saying? They deserve that. That's sacrifice right there.
And how long ago was that again?
It was no more than 12 years. It may have been closer to 10 years.
So, I mean,
ago.
you think about that. Let's stop for a minute and think about that. 12 years ago, roughly, you had to borrow $20 from your grandmother.
Yep.
Fast forward 12 years, $24,000 in one day.
In one day.
On Facebook.
Yep. It's amazing. And that's why I'm such an optimist, because I know what's possible. I know that you can go from zero to hero overnight.
I don't know about overnight.
Well,
see, I'm the realist.
But when it happens, it seems like it's overnight.
No, you're right. It goes quick. It really does.
I'll tell you what did happen. We went from struggling doing 1 or 2 events per week to doing 15 a week overnight.
Yeah.
That happened. And when you came, how many were we doing per week?
Probably 15 to 20, somewhere in there.
And then you saw it run to 60, two year period, but it seemed that's very, very fast.
Yeah.
I remember saying early on, I'm going to get back to my notes here, but I remember saying early on, man, if this just last year, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Well, it lasted a year. And now
it's still going. Still going.
So what did Jeremy Newell say? I think Dory Lott Schofield should be on the show. I think Dory should be on the show. Jeremy is all about getting Dory on the show.
We'll get Dory on the show.
Yeah,
she'll be on Friday.
Yeah.
She'll do a little bit on Friday. I promise.
So borrow money from grandma. You didn't know that was going to be in the list, did you?
I did not.
Borrow money from grandma and run you some Facebook ads. You have to get digital. That's number 1. You have to text your customers. That's number 2. You have to be an expert. That's number 3. And you have to give away lots of useful information. You have to be running Facebook ads, so those people will be coming into your inbox, and that is where you use the art of text message selling, is in the inbox. Here's the last part, or the last rule that I'm going to go over today, and then we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Which we'll read some comments here shortly, but then you just have to work your ass off.
Yeah,
you have to. You know what? No side gigs, no side hustles. Not until you have no multiple streams of income. Now, hold on. I know you've been told that that's important, right. And I've said it before as well. Here's what I mean. Until your number 1 gig sales, until your sales career is automatic, and you can make it automatic, man. There's people who go to work every single day, and people are just coming in. Those repeat customers are just coming in. All they have to do is go in and manage their ads, work their CRM. Maybe they're using the DigiNinja CRM, and it's just automatic. They're going to sell. They're going to sell 30 cars a month, 40 cars a month, automatically just by showing up. Then maybe you can get you a side hustle. Then maybe you can work on your second flow of income. But the minute that you start neglecting your sales career to try to get a side hustle, or to try to get a different stream of income before your first stream of income is kicking ass, is such a mistake.
I agree.
Such a mistake. I see it all the time.
Well, you think about, people that try to do, I'm going to work this job and then I'm going to get a part-time job so I can make more money. Now, if you're just a paid employee doing nothing, I mean, basically doing this job and that's all you're doing, that's different. But if you were in a sales position, so what you make is what you sell. If you're in a sales position in job one and you go, I'm just not making enough money in sales, I'm going to go take this hourly job and make, an extra couple $100. That's a mistake.
I'm gonna go paint this house on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean that's just a mistake.
So
you've said to me, I don't know how many times, going, if you took the time that you did your second job or your second thing or your third or fourth or fifth thing and just focus that into sales.
So could focus on that first job.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what would you guess the average commission is when you sell a car?
It's pretty wide. I mean, I don't want to say a price, because is it a lower price used car? Is it a brand new car? I mean, you're talking about a $70,000 truck.
But as a salesperson, you need to know what your average commission is.
But I don't sell cars.
Okay, that's cool.
I sell
that's
appointments, my friend.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. I'm very transparent. Here it is. 5 stars by this one. Paul, how much money do you make when you sell an event?
When I sell at one of our events,
Yes,
$1,000.
$1,000. Paul makes $1,000 when he sells an event. Now, let me ask you this. What could you do on a side hustle that's going to get you $1,000 as easily as selling an event?
Yeah, that's a lot of man hours.
Yeah, man. So, let's say that you could paint a house and for Saturday and Sunday, you earn $1,000, $500 a day. Man, if you're going to work 16 hours the weekend, right, I promise if you spend 16 hours calling on car dealers, you're going to make 10 times what you would painting the house.
And it's a lot easier too.
It is a lot easier. and it's helping people, right? So no side hustles, no multiple streams of income. Get your number one hustle on. Clay Collier said he sent something. That's a little scary. Hey, by the way, though, send us some stuff. Put our address. We put our address in there. What is it? 100. We'll wait till we get the if they FedEx it, FedEx us a prize. Give us give us some hats, some shirts. FedEx into Billy Merritt Marketing or DigiNinja at 118 North Pearl Avenue, Douglas, Georgia. And I will put your product on here. How about that?
There you go. Free plug
Friday on Tuesday. Okay. So he's looking up the address there. I was going to read the comments, but that's okay. So Paul, this is a short and sweet show. So I'm going to read them again. Get digital. Said that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Texting your customers that also means Facebook Messenger, right?
Right.
Can you be successful in sales without being digital or without texting your customers?
I don't want to say you can't, but boy, it's a lot harder. You'll be so much more successful if you do those.
You have to be an expert. Do you feel like you can train enough to be an expert in your field?
I think that's true.
Okay. Now you said earlier that goes against conventional wisdom. I'm glad, because if 99 people say do this, I'm gonna do the other thing. You have to give away lots of useful information. Agree?
I agree.
Okay. And we talked about using Facebook ads. Do you think that there is a better way to advertise or reach customers than being on Facebook advertising?
No, I don't.
No. And
we've seen it work too many times.
Yeah. And you know what, man, I used to have a ball on the radio with you. It was fun. Now we get to do it in our own studio, but it's fun creating interest on the radio, reaching people, talking on the radio and during a live remote, and then they pull up to see you. Right. It's fun to know that somebody's out there listening, but we never could judge it. We never could quantify.
That's it.
How many cars are we selling because of the radio? Mm-hmm. You still can't quantify.
That was the question I got all the time. I remember that I said that was the best thing about when I came to work here, was that you could actually quantify and prove the number of people that were reached by your advertising.
Yeah, we can show you exactly how many people we've reached. And, for the next show, I'll probably show you the number of people. We've reached over 10% of the population of the United States with our Facebook ads.
Wow.
We're over 30 million. over 30 million people reached, over 100 million impressions. So some people see it more than once, obviously.
Right.
30 million people have seen a DigiNinja ad.
And, some people are going to say, well, they saw it, but I mean, so what? That's what some people are going to say. They saw it, but so what? Yeah. That's where, again, where we can quantify and go, okay, so this many impressions, then we had this many conversations, and we have this many appointments. I mean, so you can truly gauge as the business, if you buy us and you buy our services, again, you'll be able to see all that. I mean, we're transparent with that information too. We use your Facebook page. I mean, it's such a cool thing. I mean, businesses that are not using Facebook, they're just going to get left in the dust.
They are. There's going to be some new businesses that are going to shake up the industry and the real estate coming along because of that, because people are just so slow to act. So slow to act. You could have been, you could have started doing this 4 years ago when I started using, if you had started using Facebook the way I've been using Facebook in the real estate, you could have made $100 million already.
Lots of money.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money. So, hey guys, if you want to be an expert at texting, then go to Amazon, order my book, or if you will inbox me directly, I will personally sign a copy for you and send it to you if you would like that. Or you can, a lot of people like to order it on and buy it on Amazon because they don't want me to know that they're buying my book.
Right.
I love haters, man. I really do. It gets me excited.
I absolutely do. I love that. It just cracks me up.
Hey, here's something for the haters. Hold on. There's 3 very important men right there. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. And if you're in sales, me and Paul can help you get the Benjamins right there.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that that's his mug shot, right? I don't know what he did wrong, but I'm sure I'd do it too.
Hey, on a serious note, seriously, if you're interested in using our business, and you should, you can notify us. You can find us on Facebook. You can also send us an email if you'd like. You can go to billy@billymerritt.com or paul@billymerritt.com. Either one of us will help you out.
Hey, you know what? Click on Sarah's comment that she got it there. 43 million people reach. Now, obviously, what do I say every day in our meeting? What's our number one job?
Solve problems.
Solving problems. Obviously, Sarah has been solving some problems while we were having fun on the show, because she hasn't been on here commenting until now. And I can assure you that the only reason she wasn't is that she was solving somebody's problem. Here's what you get, like you said, when you buy us, and we are for sale, by the way. When you buy our services, you get a team of problem solvers. Sarah, what kind of problem were you solving before you jumped on here? And Sarah said there's not a better way to advertise than to use Facebook. Now, the reason she knows that we've reached 43 million people is she's the one who places the ads. Now, Sarah, if you are still watching, what problem have you been solving? And second question, how many dollars have we spent? And
while she's looking up that, I call Sarah. Sarah has a talent that most people don't have, and most people don't even understand.
With a name like Sarah Stalker, she needs to have a talent.
Well, I call her Super Sarah all the time, and I'll say, like, use that Sarah superpower that you got, because she is the best at what she does.
She is. She's great. Now, also, the reason that she hasn't answered yet, she's doing one of two things. She's either solving another problem and she's already clicked off of our video, or she is still writing, because she will give you the most detailed answer. Expect a paragraph to pop up in the comments at any minute. Matter of fact.
No, you don't know that. She could pop up an emoji now.
She could.
Just like one emoji. Oh, there it is. There it is.
No, I told you. Well, look.
Yeah, there it is.
If you want an answer, a detailed answer, Smith, why don't you read that to us?
Oh boy. I had a dealer who needed info. He didn't know what the numbers looked like and just wanted to know. I told him everything and he is happy.
Yep. So I know which dealer. We have some awesome dealers out there. We have dealers. I'm so thankful for every one of my dealers. I'm genuinely thankful for everybody who watches these videos. I'm thankful for my haters, man. I really am. April says, how can you smile at them? How can you talk to them? And look, man, you excite me if you're giving me hate and attention. But I'm super thankful for our dealers. I mean, they feed our family. You know what I'm saying? They allow us to hire all these talented young people, this studio. And we have some guys that have been using us for over 2 years now. that have been nonstop running with us every single week. And I'm about to fire the airplane back up and go visit some of these dealers and bring a staffer with me. You know, we do staffed and unstaffed events.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Wes and some of the guys, and we're going to go visit some of these dealers and give them a staffed event for free.
That's awesome.
You know, so anyway, thank you, Sarah, for your comment. And if you happen to know the number, you can write a paragraph. Then at the bottom of that paragraph, put how many dollars we've spent in Facebook ads. And I'm sure she'll get that. She can put it in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a fun show. I love having guests on the show. I love bringing in experts from even in the same industry. You know, I love bringing in experts who call on car dealers as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, man, look, there's 40,000 car dealers. I love bringing you somebody that's talented and can maybe tell you something that I haven't said already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not scared of I don't see anybody in the marketing business as competition. They do something different than we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and speaking of marketing, because I know we're about ready to wrap up, but real quick, Jeremy Newell brought him on board for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, so again, you know, yes, you know how to market, but you're a busy man. So you bring experts in to join the team. And that's what we're doing. You know, just the team that we have, so proud of the team that we have. And we're constantly adding to the team to make it better. We could sit back and go, oh, we're good.
Yeah.
You know, but why would you stop training? Why would you stop training? Why would you stop getting better? Why would you stop improving? So as we add people, train people, we just continually improve. And I think that says a lot about what our business is.
I totally agree. Sarah Stalker, read it to me, Smith.
Tell me which numbers you want. We have spent $5.53 million on ads in 2 years, 456 million impressions.
Wow.
Man.
I said over 100 million and there's over 450. Dude, that's almost half a billion.
Man, that's a lot.
Dude, we got to get to 1 billion impressions. You know, Sarah got to say, we have a direct line to Facebook because most people who do this, if you haven't spent $5.53 million, you're probably not going to get the same access to Facebook as we get. So she actually gets on the phone with someone who actually works for Facebook. She doesn't have to message them. She calls them. She has their number. And they actually said, like Sarah was complaining, we got to get these lead costs down. They were like $6. And they're like, most car dealers lead costs are like $25. You guys what are you doing? So she actually is better than the marketing guy from Facebook. I thought that's pretty cool. Click on Ray Mucci. Read it to us.
My favorite dealer who runs twice a month with us has 878 conversations in his inbox from last month.
Boom.
LOL.
Hello. I don't know why the LOL. Ray Mucci, I'm not sure. That's not funny, dude. That's cool. Hey, Ray's one of my favorite people. So we need to make sure we give us a little segment. We'll put that on LinkedIn, let people see what Ray's talking about there and get attention. You know, I'm all about getting attention.
Absolutely. I do want to do a small tease as well coming up in the future on Tuesdays. We're going to have a Team Tuesday edition that'll be coming up. We'll be talking about some of our team members. So a quick shout out to just a few, because again, we got a lot of them, but Jamie Lopez, want to give him a huge shout out. He's a young man that came to join us, and man, he is a rock star. Yeah. So Jamie Lopez, Kevin Tinajero, he deserves a big pat on the back too. Yeah. He's been stepping up, and those are just a couple of them. We got a lot of great performers.
They both sent me a video. Mm-hmm. I hired them based on their video. One of the best things I ever did. All right, guys, that's it. We're running up on an hour. Grant show starts at 12 p.m. You can jump over there to Grant Cardone's page. He's going to have a show on Tuesday. I'm not sure what that show is, but it's going to be very entertaining. So we'll catch you tomorrow at Winning Wednesday with the amazing and super talented April Merritt.
Have a great Tuesday.
See you guys.